So let's talk body language. It's the key to nonverbal communication, and it's actually the most important part of communication. There's a common breakdown of just what percentage of communication is nonverbal, and it's quite astonishing. We worry so much about what we say all the time, when in actuality, how we say something means an ample amount. Nonverbalgroup.com tells us that 93% of communication is nonverbal. 7% of communication and human interaction involved word content. 55% of communication comes from body language and gestures, such as how you move your hands or what your smile is emitting to others. 38% is tone of voice. Tone of voice actually falls under the category of body language rather than in the category of word content. When we discuss tone of voice, it's important to note that even pauses manage to convey so much. Pausing during a presentation relays to the audience that what is to be said after the pause is important. It brings a sense of importance to the topic at hand, and it allows for the audience to listen in on what's being said. So let's discuss the do's of body language during a speech. Eye contact is everything. It's said that maintaining eye contact about 60% of the time conveys to the audience that you are interested in the conversation. Too much eye contact could elude an essence of aggression, so you want to keep an open and airy and upbeat relationship with your audience. Keeping your arms open is another nonverbal cue that expresses both confidence and interest in the conversation. This confidence and interest is reciprocated with the company of a great audience. You also want to move around and make the stage your home. A great speaker uses the space he or she has to allow for an active and positive environment. Have you ever looked at someone's facial expression and knew exactly what they were thinking and feeling through that one expression? This is because facial expression says more than words. You also want to be confident speaker and use power poses. The confidence you portray will give the audience confidence in what you're saying, and that's very important. Keeping your hands open rather than in a clenching position expresses honesty, so you definitely want to keep them open and airy. Last but not least, never forget to smile. So let's discuss the don'ts. Folding your hands or arms is a definite no. It's an implication of disinterest, and it also shows that you're closed off to your audience and anyone else's ideas. When you look down or at the sky, it also shows your audience that you could care less about being there and presenting your speech. This is definitely not a good way to relate to your crowd. The jiggling of the knees is a definite no-no as well, and I know we're all guilty of that. Another thing is the clicking of the pen. When you click your pen, the audience tends to pay more attention to what you're doing with your pen rather than what is being said. And then turning your back to the audience for any reason also loses the interest of your audience. It's almost like when you were in middle school, okay? And as soon as the teacher turned her head, you began doodling on your paper or daydreaming. So the initial eye contact that we had with the presenter is now broken. Last but not least, don't hold anything in front of your body. This object, whether it's papers or note cards, though it might help us to stay on track, your audience loses the track that you are on. So it's definitely not cool to have any papers or any note cards in front of you while you are presenting. So let's talk about power posing. It's a really great technique. Whether you practice your power posing prior to your speech or during your speech, one thing's for sure, it'll help you with your confidence when speaking. A great public speaker who goes by the name of Morgan explained it as such, quote, "The idea is to stand up straight or to take up more space by putting your hands on your hips like Wonder Woman or to smile broadly indicating confidence," end quote. So there was a study done on power posing, and the volunteers explained their heightened confidence after power posing. So if anything, if it helps you with your confidence, then why not do it, right? So it's all about the audience anyway. And I'm going to bring up another quote by Morgan. He says, quote, "Openness of the speaker's body language and her closeness to the audience both improve its positive reception and higher ratings of the speaker," end quote. So a confident and trustworthy speaker allows for an audience to be confident and to believe in what you are saying. So it's only possible through well-applied nonverbal cues. We want trust, we want honesty, and we want to enjoy the company of the person presenting the information. Nonverbal communication portrays all of this and some. Thank you.